Game week 3 of Premier League predictions. Last week was pretty good, well, from my perspective anyway. If you're a Man United fan, I wouldn't say it was quite good. I predicted it to be a 1-1 draw. I thought Brentford would play good. I didn't think they played that good. 4-0, Jesus Christ. I'm recording this on the Sunday, so we're only halfway through Game week 2, but I've gotten 2 games right. Brighton versus Newcastle, I said it'd be a 0-0 draw, and I said Aston Villa versus Everton would be 2-1 to Aston Villa. Before we get into the video, make sure to subscribe, and if this video gets 20 likes, I will triple captain Mo Salah in FPL, who plays Man United this week. Spurs versus Wolves. You'd probably be a fool not to back Spurs, but as a wise man once said, never back the early kickoff. People talk about how wise Einstein was. I agree, he had very good football knowledge. Spurs probably have the best front three in the country with Kulusevski, Son and Kane. It's absolutely fantastic, but Wolves have one of the best defences in the country last season. They've lost their captain Conor Cody, who went to Everton. You gotta feel bad for him. However, they've replaced him with a top young centre-back in Nathan Collins, and this is probably his biggest test yet. I think Wolves will keep Spurs out for the first hour, but then Spurs will probably cop on, and then they'll bag 2 goals thanks to Heung-min Son and Kulusevski. I learned it the hard way. Harry Kane does not score in August. I transferred Kane out my FPL team after game week 1 because he blanked. I transferred Holland in. Somehow a top striker blanks versus Bournemouth. And I told you I'm recording this video on Sunday, so Chelsea versus Spurs is still yet to play, so please just comment laughing emojis if Harry Kane scores a hat-trick. But anyway, Spurs will come out with a 2-0 win versus Wolves. Everton versus Nottingham Forest, and this is a real relegation scrap, isn't it? Everton's home form last season is the only reason they're still in the Premier League, so they're going to have to hope it continues this year because they've lost 2 games from 2. Everton's new midfielder looked really good once he came on versus Aston Villa. What's his name? Oh, Alan Shearer already did that joke. Nana looked very good is my point. One of Everton's main problems is they can't put the ball in the back of the net because their main striker Dominic Calvert-Lewin has limbs made of spaghetti. They played with 3 wingers versus Aston Villa. They're really going to have to act in the market. While with Nottingham Forest, they've definitely acted in the market. 12 new signings. That is just absolutely massive. If they all click, it's going to be a brilliant season for them. Jesse Lingard almost ended up at Everton, but he chose Nottingham Forest mainly because of the money. Jesse Lingard, a Nottingham Forest midfielder, is being paid more than Alisson Becker, one of the best goalkeepers on the planet. I reckon it'll be a 1-1 draw. Brennan Johnson will open the scoring with 15 minutes gone, and then with 10 minutes to go, Anthony Gordon will bag the equaliser in a quick counter-attacking goal to get Everton their first point of the season. Leicester versus Southampton, and it really isn't looking good for Leicester at all. Tielemans is looking at Arsenal, Fofana is looking at Chelsea, Maddison is looking at Newcastle, and yet still Leicester, the only club in Europe's top 5 leagues not to make a signing. Brendan Rodgers, however much you rate Danny Ward, that display versus Arsenal shows you he is not good enough to replace Kasper Schmeichel. While with Southampton, they fought to get a comeback versus Leeds. They got their first point of the season, and you know what, it's looking alright. I'm going to continue to back the Irish lads with Gavin Bassoon, despite the fact he's conceded 6 goals. I'm going to say he's going to keep a clean sheet. James Ward-Prowse will score a free kick and get Southampton a 1-0 win at the King Power. Fulham versus Brentford. I think one Brentford player saw my Premier League predictions video, took it to heart, unsubscribed, disliked the video because I said they'd get relegated. Then they went out and beat Man United 4-0. How Ben Mee is getting more touches in an opposition box than Cristiano Ronaldo, I just will never know. Whilst with Fulham, they picked up a 0-0 draw versus Wolves. I think Brentford are going to win this match 2-1. Andres Pereira will open the scoring for Fulham, but Brentford will get 2 goals back and end up picking up all 3 points with 7 points from a possible 9. Brentford might go for a title charge, though I'm probably overreacting because it is fairly easy to beat Man United nowadays. Crystal Palace versus Aston Villa, and finally I got a game right. Aston Villa versus Everton. I said it would be 2-1, it was 2-1, so I'm a tactical genius. I'm telling you lads, give me the Man United job and I might be able to work miracles and keep them up. There always seems to be a bit of an atmosphere around Selhurst Park, but I do think Aston Villa will end up getting the job done thanks to a bit of Felipe Coutinho magic. I reckon it'll be a 2-0 win for Aston Villa thanks to goals from Coutinho and Matty Cash. Bournemouth versus Arsenal. Bournemouth lost 4-0 to Man City. Of course they couldn't make it 5. Holland had to ghost to make my prediction be wrong. In my Premier League predictions video, I said Bournemouth would lose 3-0 almost every single week. I'm going to stick by my prediction and say Arsenal will win 3-0. They're trying to bait you with that 2-0 win they had over Aston Villa. It's not going to stay the same. They're finishing bottom of the league. Gabriel Jesus got 2 goals and 2 assists versus Leicester. He's going to get 2 goals again and 1 assist because he really is the reincarnation of Jesus Christ. I also said I predicted every single week till that happens, so Martin Odegaard is going to score the 3rd goal via a free kick. West Ham versus Brighton. Brighton are currently unbeaten in the Premier League. They're going to go invincible with a win over Man United and a draw with Newcastle. As of the time of recording, West Ham are 1-0 down to Nottingham Forest at half-time. I said Nottingham Forest will win that game, so Forest will probably end up picking up all 3 points because I am a prediction genius. So West Ham are really going to have to kickstart their season, and I think this will be the game they do it, and I think they're going to win this game 2-0 thanks to a goal from Maxwell Cornet and a first of the season versus Scamacca. Leeds United versus Chelsea, and I think this is going to be a concerning season with Chelsea. They don't have a proper striker. I don't believe Kai Havertz to be an actual striker, despite the fact he is a good player, and is Armando Broja really good enough for Chelsea? Not in my opinion. Leeds are looking pretty good from the first 2 game weeks, a win and a draw, giving them 4 points so far, and I think I had a concern with them over this season. I think they made good signings, but a lot of young lads that would take time to bed into the Premier League, but they've started off well. Considering the concerns I have over Chelsea, I do think Leeds are going to end up continuing their unbeaten streak in the Premier League, and I do think the score is going to be a 1-1 draw. Sinaresta will open the scoring for Leeds with 10 minutes to go. They'll give away a penalty. Jorginho will bag it, and all points will be shared. Newcastle versus Man City, and I'm excited for this game. Forget your El Clasicos, forget your old firm derbies. Oil Clasico is well clear. It's 2 of the richest football clubs in the world face off against each other. But in all seriousness, I am looking forward to this match. I think Eddie Howe has set up Newcastle very good, and I don't think you need me to explain to you how good Man City are. Man City always seem to drop points from at least one game in August, and I think this game versus Newcastle is the one. A game on paper and Man City should be winning comfortably, but I think at St James's Park, 4:30 kickoff, Super Sunday, you gotta be controversial every single game week, at least once, and say Man City will draw, that's probably the most controversial thing you could say. Alan St-Maximin will score the opener for Newcastle. João Cancelo will score an absolute beauty from 30 yards out, only getting Man City a point, however, and they'll drop points for the first time this season. Manchester United versus Liverpool. The Man United fans are planning a protest for this game, not going to the game, as a message to the Glazers. I don't think that's the main reason they're not going to the game. It's because they'll probably lose 9-0. Mo Salah would have been watching that game versus Brentford yesterday and licking his lips. He's going to be thinking, I might be able to score 4, maybe even 5 this time. In the opening 2 games of the Premier League season, Man United conceded 6 goals to 2 teams that finished in the bottom half of the Premier League. How many are they going to concede to the team that finished second? Poor old Cristiano Ronaldo, just retire, mate. Honestly, at your age, you can't be dealing with that kind of stress. I'm being deadly serious here. It's going to be 6-0. We've already done 4. We've already done 5. It's now time for 6. If the protest actually goes ahead, there's going to be a few Man United fans in the stadium. Other than that, it's just going to be a full Liverpool away end. These Man United players aren't the kind of players I would associate with giving a fight or giving a response to the performance against Brentford, so I do think it's going to be 6-0. Salah will score 3, Darwin Núñez will score 2, and Luis Diaz will score 1. I'm going to triple captain Mo Salah if this video gets 20 likes, so you know what to do. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm probably not going to get a single one right, bar of course the Liverpool one, because, well, Man United are terrible. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Give me your Game Week 3 predictions in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.